Well, as to Tomlin, I mean, he's been there since 2007. He's never had a losing season. Right now, for as bad as it all feels in Pittsburgh, they still don't have a losing record. They are 5-5-1, and we've already been in this mode for them. They get the big win over Buffalo to start the season. Then they lose 3 in a row, and here they're down at the bottom of the mountain. And then they turn it around, and they win 4 in a row. And, oh, my gosh, look at what the Steelers are doing. And they're 0-2-1 over the last 3, and it's panic time all over again. But I want to play some more of what Mike Tomlin said yesterday, and I want us to just listen to the questions, listen to the answers, and then we can maybe try to interpret what may or may not be going on currently in Pittsburgh. Let's roll that next clip, Pete.
Mike, you mentioned the history of this rivalry. Everybody's aware, in your face, blood and guts, physical football. Are you still that kind of team?
We'll see on Sunday, won't we? You know, like I mentioned earlier, it's put up and shut up time. And so, you know, talking doesn't get it done. I can quell you in that question with an answer, but it's not real. What we do in that stadium on Sunday is what's real. And so we're not seeking comfort. We're not trying to, you know, quell the masses, if you will. You know, we stunk it up, and so we're gonna wallow in our stench for a while and wait for our next opportunity to play football.
Mike, what can help improve the physicality of the defense?
Effort. You know, that man versus himself battle. We got to challenge ourselves, and we got to dig down deep and be at our best.
Given the way that the Bengals game unfolded, do you feel like your message to the team was effective and that they were hearing everything you were trying to impart to them?
Based on result, no. But I am unfazed by that. I am. I'm excited about delivering messaging and shaping a plan and doing it with the guys again this week.
When he's asked about, you know, the physicality of the team and are they going to show up, and he said, "Well, we'll find out." What we saw in Cincinnati was so different than what we saw in Cleveland earlier this year, because that Cleveland game came at the end of the week where he had the angry mic drop when he was asked about the USC job. Right. That was one of the reasons why I thought the Steelers were going to win that game. Yeah. I thought, hey, if this is the way Mike Tomlin is this week, you better show up. You better put up and show up. And I think that a lot of people were surprised by the lack of punch that they had in Cincinnati, and that the defense isn't playing the way that we are accustomed to seeing a Steelers defense under Mike Tomlin play. And I just get the impression he's as confused as everyone else, and he's searching for answers like everyone else. He's usually the guy that has all the answers. I guess that's what really came through to me in hearing that exchange from yesterday.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, like you said, they're 0-2-1. Even the week before that, I mean, they were lucky to kind of beat not lucky, but, you know, it was a 50-50 game there late in the fourth quarter against the Chicago Bears. You know, I think the one thing that, like, we're so used to the Pittsburgh being the overwhelmingly physical dominant football team that when we don't see that, you kind of go like, what's going on? What's wrong? You know, but there's a number of issues. You know, there really is. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's Mike Tomlin related. You know, first off, I know I've explained to you before, you know, they're scared of Pittsburgh and when they got to play them early in the year. I mean, I've gone around to training camps and gone to teams where they got Pittsburgh on the schedule earlier in the year and they want to go, oh, you were at Pittsburgh training camp? Were they hitting? Was it like full pads all the time? You know, that's always a concern when the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the football field. But, you know, the defense, it's good. But, like, the more I sit here and think about it, the more I want to go, you know, why do we think it should be so dominant? You know, why? Just because of 3 guys? Because of Hayward, T.J. Watt, and Minkah Fitzpatrick? I mean, after that, who are we talking about that's really that stellar? Who else is a B+, A- type of player on the defense? I mean, that's where I kind of come to it, to where I go. And then there's no depth behind it. And then you add that to the offensive struggles and them trying to always save the day for some crappy offense. Man, it's just tough. It's tough. I think they're a little beat up. It's hard to carry the load week after week after week, and they're not playing their best. So, yeah. But I don't think it's going to get a whole lot better. I don't care who's coaching the football team. I think it's going to be tough right now. Music's not going to be the answer. Music to me was always annoying and a distraction. You know, you'd be calling a play in the huddle and a guy'd be dancing to it, and you'd be like, did you hear what I said? No, I was singing the lyrics of the song. Well, that's not helping our football team. You know, I hated that crap. And that's why you're not going to see Cam Hayward and Mike Tomlin, back that. But, yeah, I think there's a number of issues here that have kind of finally come to a head here to why we're seeing such a struggling football team in Pittsburgh.
But if the music was turned up loud enough, you wouldn't have to hear John Gruden. Isn't that a positive?
Yeah, that might have been a positive. You're right. But, what I think here is, well, my 2 cents, too, a little is with, like, Tomlin is, I think he's gotten more out of this team than he should have, really, the last 2 or 3 years. It's been because of him that we keep thinking, oh, gosh, look at the Steelers. And I've gone into every year going, I don't think the corners are that good. Yes, they got Minka. Devin Bush is just coming back from injury. He hasn't been the same. Who's the other middle linebacker? Oh, that's right. I don't even know. That's right. Oh, who's the guy on the opposite side of T.J. Watt? Oh, that Highsmith guy, right. Oh, you got Cam Hayward, right? He's in year what? What year is this for Cam Hayward? 10? He's not as dominant as he used to be. They don't have, I don't think, good enough depth and backups like you've heard me say a bunch. So when you add all that together and then a quarterback who's just not capable of making many plays, no run game to really keep the defense off the field, so they're always on there having to just put it all on the line. Oh, let me run through another wall here to help the team. I just think it's all become a little too much, and that's where I just don't see it. That coupled with their schedule down the stretch, that's why I just think it's lights out for Pittsburgh this year.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.